Hi folks, and what have we got today? Right, I've just got this. I've not unboxed it yet. I've unboxed it from the main packaging obviously, and it was packed very well. Yes, it's a Gramdeck controller, but it feels a bit heavy, this one, compared to the other one I've got. I haven't looked in it yet. Anyway, let's slide the top off, and there we have it. This looks a bit worn more than mine, but it also looks a bit newer as well. Anyway, it's compact. Let's pull a bit of the packing out so I can get the controller itself out. There's the leads, and there's the controller. There's no anything else in there like a schematic or out. No, nothing in there. No schematic. But look at the condition of the box. That box is in better condition than mine, so I'm going to put my Gramdeck controller in that box. That's in better condition than the box I got. Anyway, now, as you know, I've already repaired one of these. You can hardly see the writing on it. Is that just shit, or is it worn? Just fuck me. Just see if I can clean it. I mean, the writing hasn't wore off. It's just that you know, it's just that it has got shit on it. Just that you can't really see it. I mean, all the writing's there, so you can't really see it. I mean, it is there. That knob feels a bit loose. Is it the knob that's a bit loose, or is it fucked? Or is it a shaft? Let's just have a look. No, it was only the knob. Right, well that can be loose anyway, because it's going to come off to be serviced. So there we go. Oh, hang on, before I service it, I'm going to want to test it. So, when I said that I was done with the Gramdeck, not really, am I? Because I'm going to be doing this. So, we're going to be having, I mean, you have to hold it under different light to see it. It's a shame, really. The writing has faded. It's a shame. The writing has faded. It's actually, that is actually copper. Now I'm wondering, that is actually, wait there a minute folks, I've had an idea, be right back. Right, I've just had a look and I can't find my metal polish. Yeah, I can't find my brasso, because I was going to, because this is copper. This is copper coated, it's the same sort of stuff, you know, it's etched. So I'm actually wondering, will I be able to polish it back up with a metal polish? That's my train of thought. Whether I'm right or wrong, I'm not bothered. But it's tarnished in places, and I reckon, yeah, it's tarnished in places, and I reckon I'll be able to polish, because the writing's all there, it ain't wore off. You can read it, it's perfect. It's just black. It's just you know, yeah. I reckon when I find my metal polish, I'll be able to polish that up. It'll come up okay, I reckon. Yeah. Anyway, folks, should we have a look inside? The other thing I want off this for my Gramdeck controller are these banana plugs. I'm taking these off, and the reason why I'm doing that is because mine hasn't got any, so I'm taking them banana plugs off this one, because I'm not keeping this one, but I'm taking them banana plugs off. Andrew Merrifield Limited. I mean, it's in lovely condition, this box. No, I don't think it's as nice as mine. This could be an earlier one. But but the switch seems to operate nice. Are we ready for this? Are we ready for this? I've not seen inside this yet, so for all, that's heavier than what they are, because they weigh nothing, but this has got some weight to it. Are we ready? 3, 2, 1, lift off. There we go. Oh, oh, look at this. Hey, ooh. Oh. A couple of hairs and stuff in there. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Have you seen what's in there? A crusty old PP9. Look at that. There's a bit of rust in the corner there, but that rust, let's just unclip that battery. That rust, I don't know whether it's from that battery, but that battery, look at that, folks. An original PP9 in a cardboard box. Do you know something? I'll tell you now. This gram deck, this controller, has got very few hours on it, folks. This is a low hour unit, as the Americans say. This is low hours. I'll tell you why. Because that battery tells you everything. Now what we're going to do, we're going to look at this battery in more detail, and the reason why we're going to do that, because we're going to try and salvage the box that it's in, because I want the box it's in, because I might be able to build a rechargeable battery pack into that. And I've got radios that use this battery, but so you know, I've got an idea for this, so I don't have to worry about, I'm not going to measure it because I've already deduced the fact that it's fucking dead. Well, I haven't actually, but well, I'll put my tongue on it, but yeah, dead. Not in that at all. I've already deduced it's dead by putting my tongue on it. Now what I want to do, I want to open the package as delicately and as precisely as I can. So I'll tell you what, folks, I won't let you watch me do this. I'll bring you back in a minute. Folks, hey, look at this. Now we've got the battery apart. There's the box. Got it apart the best I can. I can certainly reuse that, definitely. No problem whatsoever. So that's the box. And look at this. There's the battery. And look at that there. And what I can do here, see that there, I get that out, I can use, see there's, what I'm going to do, I'm going to break this down, I'm going to show you all the individual cells that this battery is made up of, look, all the layers. And I don't know whether anybody's ever done this before, but as this is going to be chucked away at the end of the day, take these off here because they'll be used for the new battery that I'm going to be putting in here. And let's just, I mean, this is a carbon zinc battery, and there's the carbon there. This is very old battery technology, and we'll do now, we'll get this wire here and we'll just clip that off. Take the piece, look at that piece of cardboard on the bottom of it. Right, all this has got to be saved, apart from that carbon top. I'll get that off in a minute. In fact, what I'll do, I'll try and get that off now, because I don't want that carbon top. I just want the contacts. There we go. And clip that off there. I want the contacts, and yeah, I do want that, don't I? Do I? Because that'll cradle the new battery pack. Right. Anyway, we'll put that there for a minute. Right. Put that back in there because I want that definitely. And I want those bits for certain. So the bits I definitely do want, I'm going to put back in the box that the original battery was in. How about that, eh? I mean, there's going to be people asking me if I can scan that in, but I'm not going to. The reason why is I don't want to wreck it, so I'm not going to separate it to scan it in. So that's definitely a no for a start. Anyway, we're now left. Look at this. We're now left with the individual cells, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. Now each one of them cells is 1.5 volts to make up your 9 volts. Now let's see if we can separate them. Now we'll use the Stanley knife. There, look at that. And they're all, whoops. And that is what I mean, I'm not ruining anything historic here. I mean, it's an old battery for fuck's sake. So, you know, should have gone in the bin years ago, but I'm glad it didn't. The reason why I'm glad it didn't is because it's here. Right, so there's the bottom of it. I'm not worried about this carbon. I don't intend to breathe it in. I'll clean the bench in a bit. Alright, there's your bottom, and all these other cells here, these are what make up, you've got 6 cells, and these cells will be 1.5 volts each, and 6 1.5s make 9 volts, but you already know that. And if we go back to this part here, that's your top contact, which is your positive, and fish these other bits out of the box. That's your bottom support, shall we call it. That was a side support or a back support. Yeah, it was a side support, because yeah, that was a side support. Your back and front were supported by these here. by these sort of like paper straps, and there's your top with your contacts on, and that's really worth having that, because that allows you to make a new battery pack. You know, and so, but basically all it is really is a six 1.5 volt battery cells sort of just sandwiched together to make 9 volts, and that's all that's in your 9 volt battery. Now I'm really glad I bought this gram deck unit, because it's given us an insight into how the battery was made. Now, the manufacturers of the gram deck claimed that you could get 6 hours out of one of these batteries. Now, I remember the old PP9, not in the cardboard box. I remember when they went to metal, and they were crap then. Same design, same colour, same everything on the case, except they went to metal, and they were crap. They were crap back in the day. The battery technology now, you know, with what we've got these days, battery technology has really moved on. And you know, you can actually take 2 PP3s now, wire them in parallel, 2 rechargeable PP3s, wire them in parallel, and they'll last for bloody ages in one of these. Put that in a box and just bring it to an outside charger, which I've got. Let me just wipe my glasses. You know, but you know, for those that haven't actually taken a battery apart, it's now you don't have to. But that's how old batteries were made. You know, and it's basically new ones are the same. You know, the only difference is they've gone from carbon, except the really cheap ones. You know, a decent battery these days, they've gone really from carbon to, you know, lithium and lithium ion, and you know, what's that white spunk that comes out of endurance cells when they explode? It's all like an electrolytic stuff, isn't it? They've gone to that. I don't know what it's called, but you know, this is going to form the basis, or at least the structure is actually, I expected, to be honest with you, I've never taken a battery apart. Not a PP9 anyway. I've taken an old carbon one. It was alkaline I was thinking of. Even new alkalines are better than what these were. I mean, if you got 600 hours from one of these with that back in the day, I bet with a modern battery you could do it. I bet you could get 1200. I bet you could practically double it with modern battery technology. But all the bits I want to keep, I've gone into. I'd like to have kept that, but it's got carbon on it. But we'll see. It might be. Oh, actually, I better clean that off. Yeah. So really, all the bits that I'm keeping, and I can repair that, no problem. That's repairable. That. I mean, all that is really is wax, and the soldering iron and a bit of double-sided, the heat gun and a bit of double-sided tape will, in fact, repair that, because look, it's wax. It just stick back together, and you know, I can actually probably be able to feed that back into there actually to protect it. But there we go, look at that. Yeah. And how about that, eh, folks? You know, for those of you that wanted to know what was inside the old paper and cardboard PP9, there's your answer. So you went from your top here, that was your top, and it was just let's see how all this went together, because this went together in order. I know that because of the way, oh here we are, that went that way. You're asking me now why am I putting it back together in order? Well, the reason why is I took it apart in order. That's the top, we know that. That one went there. That one went there. And that was the top. So that one went either that way around or the other way around. And that's it, folks. That is your PP9. Now go and get rid of these safely. I'll go and give this honorary disposal. Yeah, I'll go and get rid of this. Alright, I'll be back in a minute, folks, and right, I'm back, but only briefly, because that's the end of this video, believe it or not. Probably one of the shortest I've ever done. But and we've actually focused on the PP9 battery, the old one, and yeah, I'm really glad. That controller cost me just over £5 plus about £3 postage and packing, so it owes me what, 5, 6, call it 9 quid. Might even be rounded off to a tenner. Anyway, I think it was 5.90 something. So yeah, call it a tenner. So it owes me a tenner, but do you know something? It was worth it to get this battery to open the battery up. Where's me gigs? Let's get me gigs on. To open the battery up and actually have a look inside and see how batteries were made back in the day. And there's a lot of useful components in this battery for making up a new battery. So, you know, but PP9s have got bigger. They have somebody asked that once on the vintage vintage wireless forum, the vintage radio forum, asked if PP9s had got bigger or had the compartment they go in the radio shrunk. Well, I'll tell you now, PP9s have put a bit of weight on because they are more bulkier than what they used to be. But the reason why is because they don't use flat cells like they used to. They use round ones, and therefore to get them in they've had to make the case that's slightly a bit wider. I don't know whether they're any taller. I think they are. I don't know about that, but I know they are wider. I mean, that is definitely a narrow battery, and it's a PP9. So, you know, but given the way they changed the composition of them, they've definitely, the PP9 has actually put a bit of weight on over the years. But there again, so have I. Anyway, folks, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed this little look at this very old but interesting battery. And when I come to do the refurbishing a battery, when I come to do the refurbishment and fit the modern cells in, I'll show you how I do it, because I'm going to make this rechargeable, and you know, I will make it rechargeable. I'll glue it all back down and everything, but I'll put decent quality batteries in it, make it rechargeable, and try and do it the way it was originally done, in packaging it so it all fits in the kit, so it all fits in. I'll probably end up going to get maximum hours, and there's enough room in there. I'll probably end up going for 2 rechargeable PP3s, and I've got 2 rechargeable PP3s, and they're good quality, the GP ones, but they're good quality, and so I've got 2 of those, and I can recharge them on my battery charger with no problem. So that's going to be the way to go. I'm going to put 2 PP3s in parallel, and I can use it on all of the devices then, because if I put it in parallel, I'll get 9 volts, and it'll double the current. It'll double the amp hours that the battery has, or in theory. Anyway, folks, I'm rambling, and thank you very much for watching. And you know, if you have any comments or any questions, then please feel free to ask. You know, just don't ask me to take the package completely apart and scan it, because I'm not going to do it in case I wreck it. You know, I want to reuse the package for my battery project. Anyway, folks, thanks for watching, and more to come later. Thank you very much. Bye for now.